Awesome. Okay. Once your base is done, what you're going to do is you're now going to start to build up your bowl. So with your thumbnail sketches, you're going to be trying to come up with your composition for your bowl. I'm going to say that the first row that you use should just be a single coil. So I'm going to roll out my coil. Remember, we're going about like pinky width. Now, you guys look up at the projector, please. Okay, I have my coil. I have my base. From one day to the next, you're going to need to slip and score to attach. So remember, slipping and scoring, you guys have your paper clip. You're going to scratch around where the clay is going to attach. So I'm making little scratches with my paper clip. Scratch, scratch, scratch. So this is roughing up the surface where the two things are going to attach to one another. And then everyone at their seat should have some water with your area scratched up. You're just going to take your finger in the water and you're just going to kind of run it along the marks that you just made. That kind of makes the clay into a slip, which will act as like the glue that will hold everything together. Don't be shy. What I do is if my scratches kind of get too deep, I go back in and I just scratch again. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side where I'm going to attach. So I'm going to attach this coil to the base. So I'm now going to go in, I'm going to scratch where these two things are going to go together. Scratch, scratch, scratch. I'm going to use a little water. Ooh. Okay, and now I'm going to take the two scratches and I'm going to put them together. So I'm going to put my coil down, and I want to kind of set it to the little bit on the outside, because on the outside, not like the very outside like of the base, but like on top of it, but kind of more, rather than straight up and down, you want to kind of have it angled on the outside a little bit, because that will make your bowl flare out. Okay, so I'm going to attach my pieces together, and then where that comes together, I'm just going to do like a little cut so that they come right together. Okay, and now from here, okay, if you guys look, on my outside I have this nice coil, okay, and on the inside what I'm going to do is now I'm going to smooth that. So if you guys look up here, please look at the projector. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tool and I'm going to smooth here, and I'm going to take that coil and I'm going to smooth it to my base. So this is going to attach it to the inside, so it's not going to break apart. And now, in any given class period, like for right now, we want to attach this base coil to our old clay, because the old clay and the new clay are different moisture levels, and they'll crack apart from each other if we don't slip and score them. So, but clay that you're adding today, if you add clay today on top of itself, then you don't really have to slip and score. All you have to really do is blend them on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to smooth that out, because I want my inside of my bowl to be nice and smooth, right? If we were eating cereal, we don't want to get like caught up on something. Okay, but okay, so you can see my seam, hello, is nice and smooth on the inside there. Now I'm going to start to build up my bowl with coils. And now this is where your sketch is going to come into play, depending on what your sketch is. You know, did you decide that you're going to do a whole bunch of little coils? So maybe I'm going to take this piece and separate it into chunks. And now I'm going to take these and make little baby coils like this. And maybe I'm going to put those around the outside. And since I'm making them all the same size, I started with the same size, then they're all going to be the same size. Okay, so you see there? So now I have these coils here. And then what I do is once I have where I want them, on the inside, I'm going to blend those pieces together to make it smooth. The outside is what's going to have the decoration. The inside is going to be smooth. Okay, so you can see there. Outside, I got my coils. Inside, nice and smooth. Okay? So once you get that initial coil, then you're going to start to build your pot, whatever your thumbnail sketch is. If you're not done with your thumbnail sketches, I would suggest you do that before you get started. It's really good to have a plan rather than just kind of going for it, because you'll waste time thinking. It's better if you did your thinking already. Okay? But now that you have your base, now you can just go. Now just go make your coils, and now you're just going.